today's the day I found out that my ex-husband of literally yesterday, like, our divorce was literally finalized yesterday. Today I found out he already has a girlfriend.
Gentlemen, look at the timeline. Divorce finalized yesterday, and today he's already with someone else. She spent months scripting his misery, thinking he'd be the one crying in a bathtub. Instead, she just found out her single committed investor had a backup plan before the ink was even dry. She thought she was taking herself public for an IPO, but the market just told her she's a delisted stock.
And I'm just struggling so much. Like, this is the first time since I've been here that I've been like, I don't want to be alone. And I haven't had that feeling in like a good 4 or 5 months. And I just don't feel safe in my body right now, and it just sucks so bad, and I don't.
She says she doesn't feel safe. That's because the cage she thought she escaped was actually the only place she was ever priority. She called it freedom. Reality calls it loneliness. She dismissed a night at the gate, and now she's realizing the horse didn't just leave. It found a better rider who actually appreciates the stable.
I have a ton of people here. Like, my one girlfriend just moved away, and it's just really hard being out here. And, like, some days are great. And some days I really struggle, but I do have some guy friends that told me to come over, so I was trying to do it myself. I really was. I was really trying to handle it. And I'm just like, I cannot. I just cannot sit at home alone again right now. So, thankful for them. And I'm gonna head over there now, and hopefully not look like a hot mess when I get there.
And here is the pivot. She can't sit at home for one night, so she's heading to her guy friends. This is what they call monetizing the wound. She's looking for a quick fix, a little bit of mutual respect to mask the fact that she just blew up her life. She's trading her long-term security for a temporary distraction, and she's filming the whole crash for her audience. She wanted the streets, and the streets just gave her a 24-hour reality check. He moved on quietly and completely, while she's heading out as a hot mess just to feel seen. She released a man who overvalued her for 20 years, and now she's realized that choosing yourself is the loneliest decision you'll ever make. Told you, stay sharp.
I've been sitting here crying because this divorce stuff is so painful. Just knowing that somebody I was with for 33 years wants to completely destroy me.
33 years. Gentlemen, pay attention to the math. For over 3 decades, this man was her single committed investor. He was the one who told her she was beautiful every Tuesday and never gave her a bad quarter. But now that the papers are filed, she's preloading the excuse. She says he wants to completely destroy her because victimhood is always on standby when the consequences of a choice finally arrive.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And just a bad day in the Divorce Chronicles. So if you're the praying type or the thoughtful type, just send a prayer my way. It's a really hard day. Really hard.
Welcome to the Divorce Chronicles. Notice the camera is on, the lighting is set, and she's asking strangers for prayers. This isn't healing. It's monetizing the wound while it's still open. She's moving from grief to crowdfunding empathy because she realized that the freedom she wanted is just a round trip to a lonely car. She dismissed the night at the gate after 33 years, and now she's shocked that the horse actually left. She spent half a lifetime with a man who knew her soul, only to end up as a content creator for the brokenhearted. She called the marriage a cage, but now that she's in the anonymous market, she's realizing that choosing yourself is the most expensive decision you'll ever make. The market doesn't remember who you were 33 years ago. It only sees the crash report.
I think the hardest thing for me about this separation is knowing that despite what I did and what I said, what I looked like, this person saw me for who I was and just didn't choose me.
Gentlemen, pay attention to the math. She spent 8 years with this man, and in the end, he looked at the full record and still said no. She calls it a tragedy, but the market calls it a close account. She expected her presence to be enough, but he checked the earnings report and realized the investment was no longer worth the cost.
It's Corey, and I'm finally ready. I know a lot of you were probably cringing that I gave him another chance. I spent the past year with the divorce filed, sitting in the court, and doing all the things on all the lists that he said I should do. And what I learned is that didn't stop.
This is the most revealing part of the story. He gave her a specific list of what needed to change a marriage to survive. She spent 12 months following his manual, and he still walked away. Either she did the list wrong, or he was just buying time to leave quietly. Either way, she's realized that you can't negotiate desire with checklist.
The abuse. In fact, I'm still told that what I'm experiencing isn't abuse, and I'm making it up. An incident happened a few days ago where he had an iPad and he was holding it up saying he was going to bash my effing face in. So I contacted the Domestic Violence Center, and we are getting a TPO started.
Notice the sequence. The moment the reconciliation fails, the abuse narrative goes live. Now there's an iPad incident. Now there's a TPO. Now the Domestic Violence Center is involved. This is victimhood on standby. She's preloading the excuse to her audience because she can't admit she lost a leverage over a man who officially moved on.
And that's where I'm headed. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos during this process because this was so therapeutic for me before, to get this out, and hopefully my story helps somebody else. I've been in this for 8 years. I did believe it was all my fault because that's what I was told. And now I know it's not. And I know that this is actually abuse. And here we go.
Yeah.
I did it. I didn't even get to tell everything, but I did it. I stood up for myself. I told the truth. Only a little bit of what's going on, and I'm sure I won't get a 12-month one, but I stood up for myself. I stood up for my daughter. And he can never hurt me again, because now he's on notice. I don't even know. I'm so sad, but I feel so relieved to just tell the truth. It was humiliating.
She says it's therapeutic, but we call it monetizing the wound. The camera isn't a healing tool. It's a product. She's not looking for peace. She's looking for an audience to tell her it wasn't her fault. She released a single committed investor, and now she's auditioning for strangers to fill the void. If you're tired of the healing performance and ready for the mirror, hit subscribe. Was he stringing her along, or did she fail the 12-month test? Let's settle in the comments. Stay sharp.